Hi, welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan. Today we're talking all about the short game, and I've got a great little exercise that you can do during practice which is going to help you with your judgment and ultimately getting these balls much closer to the hole, helping you get up and down a little bit more often. These are things that I use whenever I coach short game. They're just little throw down spots, but you can use something simple like a bag towel or even a tee peg works pretty well. So we're really talking about how we start to sort of see the shot that we choose, and ultimately just learning a little bit more as you progress through practicing your short game. So what I really like to get players to do is to look at a shot. So for example, this one here, which is maybe about 20 yards. I've obviously got a little bit of rough before I get to the green, but it's probably about 30–40% of this rough before I reach the putting surface. So I get a player to choose a club. I've got a 54-degree club here. Choose exactly the flight that they want, and then go and place the spot on the green where they want that ball to land with that club in order for it to finish by the hole. So I'm going to go and do that now. So I would look at the green, I would start to read it, I would start to look at what slopes are on it, and I would place the spot exactly where I feel the ball needs to land in order to finish by the hole. Now, I can change that as much as I want. So if I come back here and I decide that's in the wrong place, I'm free to go and move that. But I really want to settle on a spot which I think is exactly where that ball needs to land. What I'm then going to do is going to go through my routine and see if I can land it exactly on that spot and then see where the ball finishes. Now what this does is it really starts to highlight to me where I need to focus my practice. So let me go ahead and hit this shot, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what the result shows me. So full routine, exactly as you would on the course, but just see if we can hit your spot. Okay, now hopefully the camera picked that up, but that landed just short of where I intended it to land. And if you look at the result, the ball has finished just short of the flag. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me that my execution wasn't great. The flight was exactly as I wanted it. The strike was pretty good. Where I chose to land the ball, i.e. that spot, I think was pretty good, but I definitely underhit it because it landed probably a good pace short, and it's definitely finished a pace short. So what would I practice if that was my pattern? Well, I wouldn't practice my strike, I wouldn't practice my technique, I wouldn't practice my flight control, I would practice my distance control, because there I landed the ball short of where I wanted. Now you can do that with a couple of different clubs, so I then would also maybe look at a different club. So I've got my 9-9 here. 9-9 being lower loft means I need to land the ball closer to me. So I would walk up, I would move my spot, and I would think about where that needs to land. So I'm going to land that much closer to the front of the green, so maybe in this area here. And again, once I'm happy with that, I would just go through my full routine, but obviously this time it's a 9-9. So I'm still trying to land the ball in the same place, which is where that spot is. Okay, and again, that finished fractionally short of my spot, and it's finished probably about 8 feet short of the flag. So I think there was maybe two things I could have worked on. I think my landing zone needs to be a little bit further up the green, and I also needed to be a little bit better with my judgment of distance. Now, if you can do this over a period of time during your practice, it's going to really highlight where you need to spend more of your practice time. Whenever I do this exercise, the general pattern I see is that the spots that I choose are generally pretty good. You know, I'm generally fairly good at judging the flight and how much that ball's going to roll and selecting where that ball needs to land in order to finish by the hole. My pattern is that I really struggle to actually hit that point. I often struggle with distance control. I'm often a little bit short, I'm often a little bit long. So when I practice, I really practice on, can I land my ball in the spot that I choose? Now, some of you may well find that every time you hit the shot, you're landing it exactly on the spot that you choose. But it's still not finishing by the hole because where you're choosing to land the ball is incorrect. So it's a great little exercise to really start to develop a little bit of better judgment, and also to really highlight for you where you should spend more of your time practicing. I say, I do this a lot with my players. I think it's a great little exercise. Do it with the juniors. They really start to, take on board the information, because there's a lot of things that have to happen for that ball to finish close. You have to have the right flight. You have to have the right landing zone. You have to have hit it in the right place. And before all that happens, you've got to struck the ball pretty consistently. So try this during practice. I think it's really going to be a bit of an eye-opener for you, but I think the more we can do this during our practice, the better our short game is going to get. You don't have to be working technique to improve your short game. Exercises just like this one are absolutely invaluable to the development of your short game and ultimately getting that ball a bit closer. I would probably not be happy with those 2 shots, but that little exercise really highlights to me what I would need to do to improve where those balls finish, and that is really the key. We're probably not in a position where we've got 5, 6, 7 hours a day to practice. We've got short space of time. If we can make our practice a little bit more efficient and make sure we're working on the right things in that time, it's going to benefit us when we get out on the golf course. So, little practice drill for your short game. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments box. I think it's really going to help a lot of golfers. Comments box down there, as I said, there's a like button as well, and below in the description there is a link to subscribe to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, I would urge you to do so. It's absolutely free, and more videos just like this one coming each and every week. Thank you again for watching, and we shall see you again soon.